It wasn't an algorithm. You need to understand that first. The images and sounds you were shown, the cryptic numbers that appeared in your recommendations, that was a signal, a tuning fork resonating with something already inside of you. You were chosen because you are one of the few who senses that the reality we see is just a fraction of the whole story, a beautiful, hypnotic, but fragmented echo. For months, you've been collecting those echoes, feeling their power without understanding the source. Consider this video the first translation of that source. This is not another theory or a guess. This is the blueprint, the very architecture of the philosophy you've been subconsciously drawn to. What you are about to see is the key that elevates you from a mere spectator of the mystery to an active participant in its unfolding. The puzzle pieces are in your hands. Now, let's begin to assemble them. Let's talk about one subtle illusion, in the paradigm of which we live and live every day. It's the idea that you are an isolated unit, a neatly defined individual, a face among millions, a name among other names. It sounds very much like the truth, doesn't it? However, if you really listen to yourself, you can hear something pulsating under the surface of this conviction. Something that does not belong solely to you, and yet defines you more profoundly than any biography ever could. It is a reflection, or rather, it is the entire mirror. You've probably heard the saying, "You're not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop." And this isn't just pretty poetry. The self, far from being a mere psychological construct, or an identity to proclaim with pride on social media, is instead a living hologram, an infinitesimal portion of the universe that, in compressed form, holds the totality of the cosmos itself. Every moment of your life carries a faint echo of the very beginning of everything, an origin that, if we're being honest, feels less like a starting point and more like a place we're always, somehow, returning to. Ever get that strange feeling of déjà vu? Not the kind where you recognize a place, but a deeper, quieter sense that nothing is ever truly new. Not your mistakes, not your achievements, not your moments of joy or your bouts of melancholy. It's as if every move you make were the trembling trace of a pattern already drawn elsewhere, in a place without space, in a time without direction. This is what the journey of individuation is really about. It's not about figuring yourself out sometime in the future. Actually, it's the slow dawning realization that the essence and meaning were always inside you, unseen, and that the map you consulted so diligently was yourself all along, folded 1,000 times, hidden in the creases of your skin and your fears. Carl Jung called it a process of integrating opposites, which sounds very pretentious and mysterious, but maybe it's simpler than that. Think of it as a gradual unmasking. You're not building a better you, you're peeling back the layers to remember the you that's been there the whole time. You're not conquering anything, you're just remembering. And wow, what a fight it is to remember something you once chose so very carefully to forget. For the self, that nucleus that inhabits you like a secret never spoken, does not enjoy the spotlight. It reveals itself only when it pleases, in the interstices, in the dream that crumbles upon waking, in the accidental phrase that unveils more than 1,000 confessions, in that glance that makes you feel seen, even if no one was there. This inner hologram doesn't talk, it doesn't answer your questions, and it certainly doesn't fix your mistakes. It just watches them, it includes them. In a world that always forces us to choose, black or white, right or wrong, the self stubbornly remains gray. It's nuanced, paradoxical, and a little unsettling. It is simultaneously what you are what you believe you are not, and what you will never fully know. And so you come to understand that seeking truth is not about finding it, but about accepting that it has always been coursing through you, pulsing in the dreams you dismiss, in the emotions you suppress, in the memories that return at the most improbable moments, and in those flashes of inexplicable lightness, as if for a fleeting instant, the weight of the world forgot to press upon you. The self lies there in ambush, not to frighten you, but to remind you that your solitude is only apparent, and that the entire cosmos, that theater of galaxies and voids, of waves and particles, of fire and silence, is inscribed in the curve of your breath, in the rhythm of your losing yourself, in the heartbeat that sometimes races for no reason at all. So while you wear yourself out trying to build a personality, to be unique, to put up walls between who you are and what you fear, the inner hologram waits. It's like a sleepless librarian who knows every book but waits patiently for you to choose where to begin. It doesn't judge, it doesn't interrupt, but it never forgets. In a hologram, nothing is ever truly lost. And don't assume, please, that this means everything is already written. Having all the information isn't the same as being locked into a fate. The hologram is a living archive, a structure updated with each of your choices, with every butterfly wing you choose to ignore. You are free, yes, but in a far subtler way than you imagine. You are free to remember or to remain in forgetfulness, free to return to the center, or to keep dancing at the margins, pretending you've forgotten the melody. Because yes, forgetting is an art form. It's part of how the hologram works. Without forgetting, there'd be no joy in discovery. Without distance, there'd be no reason to come closer. You could say the cosmos decided to play a game of hide and seek with itself, and you are its favorite hiding spot. And while you ask yourself, who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? A part of you already knows that the answers don't matter, because the questions were the true message all along. So go on. Keep searching if it helps. But every once in a while, don't forget to listen to the silence. That's where the hologram speaks. And it isn't always kind, but it never, ever lies. See you in the next episode.